You can tell when a house doesn't like you. It's subtle at first. The air feels heavier when you step inside. The walls seem closer than they should be. The silence isn't quiet, it's listening. When I first saw the house, it didn't look special. 2 stories, peeling gray paint, a narrow porch with warped wooden boards. The kind of place that would sit unnoticed on a quiet street where nothing ever happens. It was cheap. That should have been my first warning. The real estate agent didn't come inside with me. "I'll wait here," she said, forcing a smile. "Take your time." That should have been my second warning. The front door creaked open before I even touched it fully, like it was impatient. Inside, the smell hit me. Not rot, not mold. Something older, like wet earth sealed in a box for decades. I stepped inside anyway. The floorboards groaned under my weight, not randomly, not naturally, deliberately, as if the house were announcing, "He's here." The living room was bare except for a single light bulb hanging from a wire. No furniture, no curtains, just empty walls with faint discolorations, patches darker than the rest, shaped almost like shadows that refused to leave. I walked deeper in. The temperature dropped. My breath fogged. It was summer outside. I checked my phone. No signal. Of course. There was a hallway leading to the kitchen and stairs going up. I don't know why, but I felt watched from above. Not by someone standing there, but by something embedded in the walls. You ever feel like you're inside someone else's lungs? That's what it felt like the house was breathing. Slow. Patient. I laughed it off. "Just old pipes," I muttered. The kitchen sink turned on. Not fully. Just a thin trickle. I froze. I hadn't touched it. I walked over slowly, every step dragging across the wooden floor like it didn't want me to move forward. The faucet dripped. Drip, drip, drip. I twisted it shut. The moment I did, something upstairs shifted. A long scrape, like furniture being dragged across wood. I told myself it was the house settling. Old houses make noise, old houses sigh, old houses don't respond. I walked back into the living room and looked at the staircase. The darkness above wasn't natural. It was thick, like ink poured down the hallway. The longer I stared, the more I felt it staring back. I should have left. Instead, I climbed. Each step felt wrong, like stepping onto something that didn't want to hold you. Halfway up, I felt it. A pulse, not from me, from beneath my feet, a slow vibration, like a heartbeat. I pressed my palm against the wall. It was warm, warmer than it should have been, and for a moment, just one, I swear I felt it shift under my hand, like muscle. I yanked my hand back. The hallway upstairs stretched longer than it should have. I remember clearly, from outside the house wasn't this big. But now the corridor extended far past where the structure should have ended. Doors lined both sides, all closed, all identical. No light, just darkness and the faint sound of something breathing through the vents. I tried the first door. Locked. Second. Locked. Third. It opened. Inside was a child's bedroom. Dust-covered toys. A small bed. Wallpaper peeling in strips. But the strange part? The bed was warm. I touched the blanket. Recently warm. As if someone had just gotten up. I stepped back slowly. The closet door creaked open by itself. No wind, no draft. Just a slow, deliberate opening. Inside, hanging from the rod, was a single jacket. Mine. I hadn't brought it inside. My throat tightened. I reached out to touch it. The bedroom door slammed shut behind me. The sound exploded through the room. I rushed to it, locked from the outside. "Hello?" I called out. Silence. Then, footsteps, slow, heavy, moving down the hallway. Not running, not panicked. Casual, like it knew I couldn't leave. The footsteps stopped outside the door. The handle rattled once, twice. Then, a knock. 3 slow knocks. I didn't answer. The knocking came again, harder, then scratching, long, dragging nails against wood. I backed into the center of the room. The walls felt closer. The wallpaper shifted slightly, like something moving underneath it. The scratching stopped, and a voice whispered through the door, not loud, not angry, just curious. "You're not supposed to be here." The voice wasn't human. It didn't breathe between words. It didn't have tone. It just existed. I forced myself to speak. "Who's there?" Silence. Then, "We were fine before you came." The temperature dropped so sharply, my ears popped. The mirror above the dresser cracked down the middle. And in the reflection, I wasn't alone. Something stood behind me, tall. Too tall for the ceiling. Its neck bent unnaturally to fit inside the room. Its face wasn't visible, just a blur, like it didn't want to be seen clearly. But I could feel it smiling. I spun around. Nothing there. I looked back at the mirror. It was closer. Its hand rested on my shoulder. I felt nothing physically. But the weight was crushing. The door unlocked with a soft click. I didn't hesitate. I ran. Out of the room, down the hallway. But the hallway wasn't the same. It had changed. Longer. The doors were gone. The walls were smooth and pulsating faintly. The floor beneath me was soft. Not wood, not carpet. Soft, like flesh. The house wasn't just alive. It was aware, and it didn't like me. The stairs were gone. In their place was a wall, breathing. I heard whispering now. From everywhere. From inside the walls. From inside my head. "You don't belong. You're wrong. Leave." But there was no exit. The lights flickered. The hallway narrowed. And at the end of it, a door. Black. Different from the others. It wasn't there before. It pulsed faintly, calling me. I don't know why. But I walked toward it. Every step felt like sinking deeper into something that was swallowing me whole. The whispers stopped when I reached the door. Silence. I placed my hand on the knob. It was cold. Colder than anything I've ever touched, and it vibrated, like it was excited. Slowly I turned it. The door opened. Inside was the living room, but wrong. The furniture was back, old, rotting, and sitting in the center was me, sitting in a chair, staring forward, eyes hollow, mouth slightly open. I stepped inside. The version of me didn't move, didn't blink, didn't breathe. But when I leaned closer, it whispered, "It doesn't like you." The door slammed shut behind me, and everything went dark. When the lights came back, I was sitting in the chair. I couldn't move. My body felt stitched into the cushions. Across the room, I was standing. The other me, the one who had opened the black door. He looked confused, terrified, just like I had been. He tried to move toward me. The house shifted. The floor rippled, walls bent inward, and the version of me in the room screamed. Not from pain, from realization. The house wasn't haunted. It was harvesting. Every person who entered, every intruder, it kept a version, a replacement, a memory trapped inside its structure. The real one became part of it. That's why the hallway was longer. That's why the walls felt thick. They were layered with people. I could feel them now. Hundreds, pressed into the walls, whispering, watching. The standing version of me began to fade, his edges blurred, like ink dissolving in water. He looked at me. No, he looked at himself and mouthed, "I'm sorry." Then he vanished, and I understood. The house doesn't kill you. It keeps you, preserves you, replaces you, so no one notices. Outside, life continues. Neighbors wave, mail gets delivered, the agent sells the house again and again and again, because from the outside, everything looks normal. You leave the house eventually. You move on. You smile. You speak. But you aren't you. You're what the house allowed to leave, and the real you stays behind, watching, listening, hating the next person who walks in. Now I sit in this chair. I can't blink. I can't scream. But I can think. And I can feel when someone steps onto the porch. I feel the door open. I feel their heartbeat, their warmth, their confusion, and I hate them. Not because they deserve it, but because the house makes me. It feeds on that feeling. It grows stronger with every trapped soul. The walls thicken, the hallway stretches, the rooms multiply, and every time someone climbs the stairs, I hope they leave. But I also hope they stay, because if enough people come, maybe it will let one of us go. The front door just opened again. I can feel it. Footsteps, light, careful. A woman's voice. Hello? She steps into the living room. She sees the furniture, sees me sitting here. She tilts her head. Are you the owner? I want to scream, run, warn her. Instead, my mouth moves on its own. Yes. The house speaks through me. Her smile falters slightly. She steps closer. The floor groans, announcing she's here, and somewhere in the walls. The others whisper, hungry. The hallway upstairs stretches, the black door forms, waiting, and the house doesn't like her either. If this story crawled under your skin, if you felt the walls closing in, then welcome to Midnight Manga, where the darkness doesn't just watch you, it remembers you. Drop a comment below. Would you stay the night in that house? Or would you run the moment the air felt wrong? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because every week we step into stories that don't want us there. And trust me, the next one is worse. See you at midnight.